morning, everyone. Welcome to my kitchen here in Thailand. My name is Cameron, and today we will be building culinary confidence, making a quick and easy avocado, Thai basil, sunflower seed pesto. So it's super easy. It will take us just about 10 minutes or so this morning, so nothing too long. It's super amazing of a pesto. It's vegan. So that's plant-based, dairy-free, it's nut-free. We're going to be using some sunflower seeds. You can also as well sub in nuts if you want to use walnuts or cashews. You can do this as well. I'll give some tips and tricks to make it creative so that you can make the pesto to your own liking and to your own needs. But together we will be making our avocado pesto with, of course, avocado. I hope when we open it, this one will be ripe and nice on the inside. Here in Thailand, I find that the avocados are always hit or miss, and about 80% of the time the avocados are not the best. So good energy that this one will have some goodness for us. We're going to be using a lemon. You can as well use lime if you'd like, but I really enjoy lemon for the pesto flavors. We've got Thai basil. Again, you can sub in just Italian basil. It smells so delicious, but you can be using the Italian basil, and you can also sub in spinach, so you can kind of do half-half if you want as well, and to thicken up your pesto, always add in spinach. We're going to be using sunflower seeds this morning, about half of a cup, but you can as well, as I mentioned, use walnuts or cashews or another nuts. We've got garlic here, this nice garlic clove. We're going to be using like 2 or 3 garlic cloves, and again, you can go crazy if you're a super garlic lover, or just a couple cloves. You can add some in and then taste it as you go. So just again, getting creative to your preferences. And we've got some olive oil. Always opt for high quality, and we've got some salt and pepper. If you have a vegan Parmesan cheese, something like this, you can always add that in, but I recommend clean ingredients for your vegan cheeses. So if you have a homemade, or if there's an artisan vendor making homemade high quality cheeses, add that in. But definitely always read the ingredients, not necessarily the nutrition label, but the list of ingredients. And if you find a bunch of additives, fillers, or things that you cannot pronounce, then maybe they should not be going into the body. So definitely just get a feel for this. If it sounds like it should be in a science lab, let's leave it there. So to get started, we will start with our avocado. Wish it luck. We're just gonna slice and see. And it looks perfect. Amazing. This is super exciting. We've got a perfect avocado this morning. There's nothing better than this sight of pure, delicious magic. So this is really a relief. We've made a good choice. Always when trying to find an avocado, you can squeeze on the outside a little bit. You're looking for a little bit of give, but not too much. So if it presses in a little bit, you can start to get a feel. If it's really hard, of course it's not ripe. And if it's way too squishy, then you know the inside is definitely going to be overripe. So trying to find that just perfect avocado. Morning magic. Okay, so now we'll add our avocado into the blender. And we're really just going to be preparing everything straight into the blender. It's not so much prep. So super simple and easy. making sure to get all the avocado out of the shell, especially because they're more expensive, so really using everything. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you have any, anything health-wise, holistic health, or about our pesto that we're making, leave it in the comments. Let me know if you're cooking along with me, and what time zone you're in, and let's chat holistic health, your lifestyle, health and wellness. Alright, so we've got our avocado, and this was a pretty big avocado. If you're using smaller avocados, I recommend using 2. This one's pretty big, so I just have 1 full one and part of another partially used avocado. So just gonna scrape the rest of this one so we don't waste any food. Reducing food waste, our footprint. Alright, so there is our avocado. Rinse the hands. Alright, next we will add our Thai basil, and again you can just get creative here. Here's a little worm on the avocado, on the Thai basil. So being a little bit careful, if you want to wash your produce, of course always do this, but one thing I'm experimenting with is if it's like pretty clean and I know it's been pre-washed a little bit, then keeping some of the dirt on, because this is a source of vitamin B12. So a natural source instead of supplements, and for plant-based or vegans, this is just a little simple tip to get some B12, leave the dirt on your produce in a healthy way. Awesome, so we've got people joining us. Oh, thank you, complimenting my top, I really appreciate it. It kind of matches the pesto avocado vibe. But thank you for joining. It's gonna be tasting delicious. This I already know because we're infusing it with so much love. Alright, so we're gonna do about like 2 cups of 2 cups of our Thai basil, approximately. So also it depends on how big of a bunch you get at your supermarket. Thai basil, if you want to experiment with pesto, Thai basil, if they don't have at your normal grocery store, you can try at your closest Asian market, and they often have. So you can maybe call in advance, or just go see and explore what all they have. Alright, so just getting all the little leaves. Always trying to do this mindfully. Sometimes I'm like ripping the leaves and then I realize, it's getting so just like automatic, and still, ripping them, doing the task, but bringing mindfulness, always bringing it back in, using cooking as a meditation. So always coming back to love, always coming back to breath, just always remembering that there is no right or wrong, especially with measurements and your own creation. If you infuse it with your energy, it's going to be amazing. So we have now about 2 cups. We will add half a cup of our sunflower seeds. We will add juice of 1 lemon. So fresh. And so we're just straining out the seeds. And this is something too, we're not measuring, this is just one lemon, so also depending on the size of your lemon, if they're really small, maybe 2 lemons. Just again, playing around with the taste, but definitely adding the lemon juice for freshness and flavor, and super delicious. Pesto! Alright, we will add, let's do 3 cloves garlic this morning to start, because I've got some big garlic cloves here. You can see this is just 1 clove, and it's quite big. So we will add this in, just chopping it, crushing it. I like to use the blade here, the flat part of the blade of the knife, and you can press down, just give it a little tap, and then the peel comes off very easily. So just continuing this process, adding it in. Alright, we've got our olive oil. Always opt for high quality olive oil. We'll start with 1/4 cup, adding it in. Salt, pepper. I love fresh pepper in the pesto. So adding a lot. Always more pepper than salt. Salt I never use so much, and then people, if they want to add more salt, can always add in more salt. So we'll just do like 1/4 teaspoon, a little bit. And then, yeah, again, it's to your preference, and always minimal with salt, and then adding it more, especially after you're tasting, then you can decide if it needs more salt or not. So here we have all of our ingredients. We have avocado, our Thai basil. You can use also Italian basil. We've got 1/2 cup of sunflower seeds. You can as well sub this for maybe walnuts or cashews. You can keep it simple, or you can add in a vegan cheese, a Parmesan maybe. We've got some cloves of garlic. We've got salt, pepper, and our olive oil and lemon juice. So it's smelling delicious and looking super green and healthy. So we will set up our blender. Any questions as we go? We've got some new people joining us, so leave any comments if you want. Let me know if you're cooking along with us. Alright, so here we go. Blender is not set up. There we go. Alright, so mind your ears, let's give it a blend. Working really good. It's looking amazing. You can stop and adjust, scraping down the sides if you need. If you need to add in a little bit more liquid or oil or more avocado, lemon juice, using the smoothie stick, helping to press it down and get it blending and going is just a small little trick. So let's give it another go. Also, if you're using a speed dial, I always start with it pretty low and then work it up, and just getting a feel for the blender and getting a feel for how the contents of the blender are moving. So let's give it one more blend. So tasty. Super, super delicious. Perfect. The garlic and lemon, I think it's in perfect harmony here. Not too overpowering. You can see here our lovely, lovely pesto. I will add it now into a container. And giving you a little tip and trick here, so when you store in your jar or a container, whatever you're putting pesto in, if you're not eating it right away, then add a layer of olive oil on the top, and this will help with the oxidation process. So normally avocado, if you leave it out, it's turning brown, or the Thai basil, it's getting kind of that brownish, you know what I'm talking about, as it's exposed to air and stays out. So if we put a small thin layer but cover everything with olive oil, when you put it in your jar or your container, then this will help prevent that process, and it will last for a while, several days actually, which is really nice. So here we have our pesto, and some little tips that you can use for eating the pesto is you can use vegetables, like do it with vegetable sticks. You can make it with pasta. I recommend chickpea pasta, or of course cucumber noodles, vegetable noodles, zucchini noodles. You can spiralize your veggies and make a pasta with this for a really delicious raw vegan meal. And again, the raw noodles, the raw veggie noodles, if you have a spiralizer like this. I have a link on my website, so you can check it out, get it on Amazon. And you can also use a ridged vegetable peeler. And with both of these things, you can make vegetable noodles super quick, just in minutes. You'll have your noodles, and yeah, then you have your raw meal recipe. In like 15 minutes, you can have your noodles and your pesto. Yeah, so you can eat with vegetables, you can eat with noodles. Chickpea pasta is a great gluten-free alternative. It cooks really fast, really easy, and it's super filling and delicious without so much of the bloat or irritation as wheat noodles. And, alright, here we have our pesto. You can also put it on pizza. You can make, I've got a delicious raw vegan pizza made in the dehydrator, the crust. So check this out. It's also on the blog, which the link is in my bio, or roottorise.online. So there's lots and lots of options. You can put it on, make homemade pumpkin gnocchi. Again, this recipe on the blog. So you can get really creative, store this in your house, in your fridge. Always lick the spoon. Super enjoyable. Really delicious. Again, as we're storing, we will put a small layer of olive oil on the top. And then when you use the pesto, of course, you can stir it in. But this will help prevent the oxidation process so it doesn't turn brown. So there we have it, our amazing pesto. Super simple, easy, plant-based, nut-free, infused with all of our love. So thank you so much for joining. I will be posting the replay on my IGTV channel, so you can check that out here on Instagram. What else? Subscribe to the newsletter. The link is in my bio. Again, roottorise.online. By subscribing, it's free. You're only getting 2 emails a month full of all kinds of delicious content, like the live demo schedules, so you can boost your culinary confidence with healthy, easy recipes. You will get new recipes each week, holistic health tips for mind, body, and spirit health. All things to up-level your overall health and happiness. and optimize your life. So thank you so much for joining this morning with Root to Rise with me. My name's Cameron, for those of you new to Root to Rise, and I'm sending you so much love for wherever you are in the world. And whether you're having a good evening or a good day, enjoy and live fully with your heart open, and namaste.